Hello, hello, hello. Are we available? Hello, okay, we are back. I am done with doing everything. So why do you care so much about the crowd's reaction? Seems like you spend a little too much time in the opera house.
Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, according to Fontain law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within.
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong.
You call that
Precisely! Now,
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil. I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
you tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not
great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object, but how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility. So, with such an audience gathered here,
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
there. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, some.
Huh? You call that?
I'm not sure what to think.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort.
Performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial. But when there are but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough.
And just like that, she's gone! Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. We never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. So, now do you see what...
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Lynn.
I just know a few simple tricks I
Few
use
simple.
to make a living. Lynette, it will actually be my first time performing on the most prestige...
Isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the...
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first. Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your... This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses.
Excuse me.
Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely...
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that we hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started to... As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day!
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby.
Okay. Before I do literally anything, I am going to be getting this hydrolamine I have been amped up about. So that's what I'm gonna do. Take this elevator, I'm guessing. So, by the way, this is part 2 of what I was doing beforehand. I had to get my tire went flat, so we checked that out, and then people, and then food, and we're back though. We're good. I don't really want to. I'm not really I don't really care about John Wick. Not like a John Wick. But yeah, we is back. Hey. There we are. Statue of the Seven. The world opens itself towards those with noble hearts. Alright. I'm definitely gonna get 100% this. This looks awesome. A mysterious power that flows out from a statue to imbue you with the blessing of the transoceanic source water. Your progress, okay. And you can go underwater. That's actually awesome. Aquatic stamina. All right, let's switch to Hydro. This is a sword. Hydro Lumine. What the heck? That is weird. Okay. What the f...
Water jet!
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, life is all about.
You should.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to be... That's awesome. Yeah! I am back, my friends. I am sorry. Okay. So, we're going to need a healer. Terribly bad. So, what I'm going to be doing is nothing. I'll just deal with it.
What's this?
What?
No, I believe in the story said it's time. So,
Oh.
all right, I'll take.
Evan. That's actually crazy. My friend just got a freaking Zapdos on Pokemon Go just by wild. That's actually dumb. Okay. So what am I doing? I need to one more.
So you're the blonde?
There you go.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, he's cool. Yeah, buddy. Dr. Linney. I don't know how I feel about the E for Traveler. Kind of makes like no sense. I might just use a quick attack and a hold E.
Oh, you already
And
handed out
all
all of the magic pockets?
That was fast.
That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some... yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to...
Is there anything else you need to do?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by...
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what...
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime
Or Maritime. Maritime.
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect Romaritime flowers.
I'll take care of it. Let's dance. Water jet!
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced. Maybe next time you'll feel...
No way. I'm in power saving mode today.
Fine. Though the performance...
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
What's...
She's... Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention and a distracted audience is one... Watch her move...
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be... All right,
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also... Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're...
No, that was all. Anyway, I should be...
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she's...
I saw the general direction she went, but Linny
Oh,
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that...
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt.
You're right. I have to admit that the thief... But at least we were able to get the stolen items back.
what a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the...
All right, let's put this little...
Finally.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery...
So you mean it's still boring, even when I'm riding?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the...
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on...
Oh lord, it's the lawyer.
Oh, excuse me! Aren't you the great magician Linny? And his assistant Lynette?
Hello. I don't believe we've...
I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
What about her?
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Wait, could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across Tibet?
Amazing! You recognize everybody almost...
I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who's who, would I? Wow, today must be my day. Who knew I would end up on the same boat as so many VIPs? Could my vision finally be showing me some favor?
So, Charlotte, what do you usually report on?
Well, when there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. That's fine and all, but what I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that... Oh, I just remembered! I've been following a case...
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other—
So, what is the serial?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found. Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
Ah, I have an interview to get to. I should get going.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat.
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing it.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This...
But I'm not gonna watch the movie. Popcorn.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go?
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as...
Lenny, could you come here for a...
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more material.
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear?
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontain. Though we don't know where the dragon went. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go... Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very... Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. It rained for longer than I said.
Was there something you needed to do, Lenny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. On the day of the performance, just ride the aquabus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain.
Oh, are you leaving?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take... I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted. And the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been...
No trouble at all! Don't worry!
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite used...
Oh, no need!
Oh, hello there.
Cool.
New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made?
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials.
Ah, these must be from Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount, but they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a...
Wow.
I can't say for sure, but...
Hey! Is this machine what you...
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology. And wasting is a kind of...
But where does a big machine like...
Well... But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a tech...
Huh? How can
Well, I'm not completely sure of all... When a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
OMAC.
So
A mock.
that's what its other function is?
Mock.
Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments. But... Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's belief... Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief.
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since
You again? Didn't I already promise?
yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the...
Huh?
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already...
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your... If Confrere of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the...
You're from Northland...
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now. And honestly, but it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, either way you look at it.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey, you! No
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you...
You kidding? Aren't you? Listen to me, boy. If you want Chamora, fine.
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boy!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with her, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses.
Alright, they're all yours.
I'm unsure this...
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. Yeah. Who's next?
What's your deal, Brad?
Oh. Huh?
Now's my chance!
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my...
Strange. How could that happen? First time...
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides,
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? And don't...
Well, I guess it's because...
Huh? What kind of reason is that?
I don't know, but recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power
Maybe you losing
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, it was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she... One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. Because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me.
But what is it?
She never explained that. But my guess is, in my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so...
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that...
That's just an abstract form. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, but it's been years now, and I've still found nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists.
Official champion duelist?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, They're given one chance to defend their honor by request. The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds, so engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, and the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontain has a death penalty, so really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused.
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the—
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with. Apparently the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorand.
Oh, before I forget, I want...
Huh? Your vision? You're seriously just—
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for—
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come—
Whatever gave you that
Whatever gave you that idea?
I'll be in touch.
Child.
That sneaky guy. He said he— Well, since we don't have—
Under Paimon's enthusiastic leadership, you walk all around the court.
Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along!
Spoil the mystery to everyone else.
Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. The whodunits here in Fontaine. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
Good, you already spoiled the murder.
Oh,
I'm fine.
Paimon will be— hey. Shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Linny's performance? Linny said that the Opera House is on Aranias, so let's go ride the Aquabus!
Close my door. They're watching John Wick. I don't give one of doo-doo about John Wick, honestly. So, honest reviews about Fontaine. I don't know about Illumine in this. I'm fine with that. Jet, whatever, that takes 8 seconds to freaking recover. But I don't know how I feel about I get it. I don't know how I feel about the— you know what I mean? The E. But everything else right now, as it's shown, like what the— I like it. Our place is awesome. Definitely one of top. Definitely. The UA is probably alright. Onstead. Logic. Okay, go to 4.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please watch your
Go get this thing.
Welcome to Palais Mermont.
Music though. Immediately. This is awesome. That's it. Alright.
Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan. The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so. Also, please remember to buy the Steambird, though I don't read it myself.
That's so awesome.
The destination of the current tour is Erinias. Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese. If you look to the left in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see the famous Fontain Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned new sightseeing opportunity. Human ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing.
This is actually so awesome.
We are now approaching our final destination. Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you
I like
disembark.
Elfane. You're cool.
Even though I will take any forgotten items to Lost and Found, the paperwork is rather annoying, as Melusine hands are not suitable for grasping pens. Please be
I love
careful
him.
when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
You're like parks for you, doesn't it? Yo! Welcome. This is awesome. That is so cool. Dude, I'm 100%ing this. I don't care. I control it though. Or it's actually so cool. Not kidding. So what do you do here? You just Or how do you keep it alive? Instantly go. One here. One. What?
Go, Barbara, go! Hi. Oh, let the show begin. Hi. Huh. Hi. Oh. Oh. Hi. Hi. Oh. Oh. Hi. 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 Yeah. I'll protect us.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's dance. Huh. Ha! Bombs away! Look at it sparkle. Water jet!
To activate them all at the same time.
Let the show begin. Hi. Yeah. Huh.
It's almost impossible. This. Literally impossible.
Go, Barbara, go!
I'll keep this close.
Why? What do I do here?
Wind Strider!
Illusion shattered!
I'll protect us.
Time to go. Brings a smile to my face. Time to go.
Look at it sparkle. Let the show begin.
Seems like the stories here never have a happy ending.
I love this
What a place to hold a performance! No one, huh? Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a...
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so.
I guess if there are, kid.
Wishing well.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine.
Vache.
What? Huh? Forgot about it.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine.
Vacher?
All the water flowing through
Vacher?
Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Alright, hold on. Sorry, I was looking at my broadcast out of the thing and it's awesome.
Lenny asked,
Right.
what do you mean? There are a lot of people.
Hey, you're not trying to...
I see. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is...
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing...
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what?
Just answer me.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and...
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will... So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you would...
Rather than worrying about them, don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lynn...
Oh, right.
Share. Share. Oh, I already got drama. Let's get it. Share. Like little kids. Whoa! Okay, the non-human people. The little tiny people. I mean, dude, I need to be canceled. This dude, look. Cool, look at him. Cool. Like non-human beast people. You like magic. Yep. Good eyes to catch even the smallest details at a crime scene. I cannot understand the secrets of magic tricks. Magicians are really awesome. They're able to fool even magic. I'm guessing these are the dogs. Hello. They're so cool. It's not Genshin like. That's why. It's really not. I feel like we converge with Honkai Impact and all the other ones. This game, it's weird.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew...
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet.
The best tickets. I'm special.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Lenny.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
I like Lenny. Oh, why the other dude? Others didn't like Lenny. Ooh, I like Lenny. Beer. I'm already not following the here. Oh, this is scary, but awesome at the same time. Who are you? Father?
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's.
Who are you able to sit next to me? I love the eye. What is this? Nice. No.
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kind of awkward if we don't say anything.
Come on. Oh.
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Yes, I did.
Excuse me, I did
I
not realize you felt awkward. I am
Terribly sorry. You're welcome.
I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Hello.
Oh. So you
Should.
heard all of
Yeah,
that,
he's a
did
mermaid
ya?
dude.
Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was Oh, Paimon's got it.
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr.
Then you
Linny
would
would like to be my friend, I
I
would
would
be
more
more
than
than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so
Who are you?
you're not friends with Linny then? Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Arrived
We
on-
just arrived in Fontain.
It is an honor to meet you too.
I've
I've
heard
heard
you
of your deeds across Teyvat. And as required by
Proper
proper etiquette,
etiquette,
I will
I
also
wasn't-
introduce myself.
The doctor.
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here.
Ah, Mr. Linny. I should
Say
say
it's
it
a
is in
fact
fact an
honor
honor
for
for
me
me
to see
to
you.
see your performance in person.
Wait. No.
I saw you all chatting. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice.
Whoa.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely
Hey,
what I
every
do for
person-
work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so
Like him.
I'm not so special, really.
Seems fine to me.
And by the way, I should probably let you know, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite... I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and... So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Hello. Oh, sorry. You are so weird.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw.
Very good.
That is
That
for-
is for the best.
Need to
No
pay
need
any
to
more
pay her
attention.
any more attention.
No need. I like him.
Enjoy the show.
He's cool. No need. We don't care.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
No need.
All right.
Please wait just a moment longer. I've
I've
pretty much finished my preparations
and the
for
performance will
start
start
as
as
soon
soon
as
as the
I
audience
just-
has made their way to their seats.
Seats.
Yay! The show is finally about to start.
Paimon.
Oh, they're dimming the lights. The show must be starting.
Shut up, Paimon.
Sorry.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
Oh, Lenny.
And over here is my sister, Lynette.
Hey,
who will be
Lynette.
working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Clap. Or clap.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's...
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking,
The
two
vision
vision
holder.
holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show.
Shut up, Paimon.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely. Right before you.
What, something bad happened? A vision about, or not.
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully.
It's a trick!
With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true
like,
virtuoso can do.
The blink of an eye. Hey, wait a minute.
Lynette, are you still there?
She might need
Don't
a
go
little,
too far. We
might
don't
need a
want to
little-
use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Might need a little, we might need some clothes, bro. There you go. Hello, Luna. I like her. She's so cool. I know how they did that though.
Whoa! What in the world just happened?
I know.
How did he do? Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up and trying to see that which has been intentional.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe.
Thank you everyone. But our magical journey has the magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank would, in which case, I have ample time. So, for my next trick, I will please, if my
I
assistants could bring out
swear,
the magical
if they bring
boxes,
me,
there are
I'm gonna
two
break
boxes,
something.
and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
What about me? I want to do it.
I'm sure many of our clever audience, our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After one, now please, everyone pay very close attention.
Wow! Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpower?
The lucky audience member will be generated by it selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate.
No, it's.
Now then, let's begin.
You've heard of arcade game.
Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire. Please come forward. My assistant will take you beside. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the fortress.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. Come on, repeat after me. 60! That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right.
54, 53, why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think merely a consequence of my identity and personality.
Oh, alright.
I like her eyes. I don't know. Something about this Archon quest. There's something different about it. I don't know. I don't know, man.
40, 30. Mr. Linney, are you all...
Yes, I'm fine. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
Bang!
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Shut up, Paimon. Can I punch Paimon? Oh my god.
Not sure. Anyway, that's
25! 20! What's wrong, Mr. Linney?
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration.
Never mind the decorations.
No, that's unacceptable.
19!
It seems things aren't quite going as... It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do so. 10 seconds and change is still plenty.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
What happened?
You just die? You didn't mean for that to happen, I'm guessing. Even the chief was like, what? Even the chief was like,
Is this Mr. Lenny? You're going to use...
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom.
it's a complete accident.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowl in... And after an initial search of the area, the guards... It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of...
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know the truth. I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about.
That can't be right. He was in the box on the stage the entire time. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are...
Huh? I just think that he...
But what Lady Farina said just now makes...
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the
I mean, of course, my dear people. That's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? Then there's no problem. But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser.
Huh? It wasn't a draw.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed. Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend? Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troop are all potential suspects. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot Outlander can build.
Linny!
Sorry about everything that happened.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer? Good to hear. Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was... As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have it. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that...
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Where did you get those glasses?
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to... Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just leave it to... Oh, since we're going to start investigating,
Oh, well... I'm afraid
the secrets behind our magic are past saving.
I suppose you're right. Tis truly a pity. As a magician, but if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the... We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned.
Huh?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cowell. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, the assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd in. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowell in. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally...
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends?
Well, you can't...
So in just a short time, he was not only... I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician... I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you keep.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope... Wait! Paimon...
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently... The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the gift. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontain who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which the Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that, simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the
Were the victims...
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between...
Okay, then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see them, it is of utmost importance that we get to the...
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still...
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had...
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Even though it's bad...
I see that you're investigating the area. If you find any new and interesting leads...
We don't have too many thoughts.
Then why don't I tell you my hype...
The thud? Oh!
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but it's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath. So no one... I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice, Lynette, and when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Wait, wasn't the noise we...
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough... Oh, that's true.
That does remind Paimon...
Lenny's still talking to the guards. I think someone... Lenny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explain. I think someone will be assigned to monitor...
Hey, you! Yes, both of you!
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No?
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
Oh my god.
Though those who play by our rules
Oh, she's
call me
taunted.
boss.
Give you.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus, Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs.
Huh? Boss?
Well, I am the second generation.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss.
Okay, if you say so.
All merely trifling detail, that's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too, but how did...
Intuition, naturally. Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence. But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times. All right, I've answered your question.
Wait a minute, did that...
Well, I say it does. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well...
And why would that be? See, Silver and Melus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I, too, think that no matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectation can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Melus. Anyway, now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation...
Wait! Since when did we...
Oh, well, I can be the...
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point, Paimon. It seems you agree.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that, Demoiselle, you wish to save a friend from false accusations, and...
You have a point. You're quite... And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
Me? Nothing.
I have nothing to add.
Nothing to add. Alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
Nothing to add.
We'll
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks.
Hey!
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on. I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
I like them. They're so cool. I like them. They're cool. Every one of them.
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say... Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
I like them. They're cool. They have like the same little tone.
Checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware,
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable.
you may spare the pleasantries.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. And these are my companions. Would you...
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers?
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specific. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Way to open the door. Randall.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still...
The back? You mean the ins?
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be... The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you... Exactly. All right, let's go.
Oh, so there was a passage with...
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked...
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting.
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked. Wow.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before, and then I walk out of the other box in the audience area. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other...
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. And yet, to think that could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to...
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of the... And here's a broken vase!
That can't be.
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick.
Whatever it is.
Oh, these are the clothes. Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that? Ugh, this is so confusing. What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another...
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right! Let Paimon run... Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber.
The plot thickens. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current...
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial.
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. That's right. This is how the statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys,
witness testimonies, and even the audience is to put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its...
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used then. Finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides?
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come... yes, the guard...
Huh?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes...
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa! There's no need for that!
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options, I'm afraid.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than a... Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad... Just kidding! Paimon will still do... What do you mean, no snacks? Huh?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
What do you mean makes?
Wait, you're carrying a...
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
We love Sohor.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. These three are quite the interesting group.
Must be splendid. Macarons. I love that.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the... From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process, but you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites and baking like this? Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency. Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
I'll be right back, stream. Don't take long. Need a drink.
Only 3? Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is the one... No need for concern.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but... Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching? The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing... Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing... Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick, nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an... Your macarons are amazing, though, Navia.
They are my specialty after...
What? 5? Oh, that...
Please don't worry about it. At my age...
No. Being greedy... Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons...
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose, Malus, set up the stove again if you...
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course?
Exactly.
As you wish, demoiselle.
As you wish. I love these people. Sugar and almonds at the ready. Thanks you, Silver. Much progress.
Well, that's it for snack time. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on...
Alright, thanks for your help.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula.
Silver and Melis.
Silver,
I like
Malus,
them 3. They're definitely my favorites. I'm talking favorites. They're so good. I love Silver too. Eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case.
So...
There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
8 to 10 following.
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations. This rope was obviously tampered with. People needed to register. Why would it be him? Gosh, we all heard the performance would... Digging a tunnel just for a magic...
I do one more. I want to get everything I can to the tunnel. I want to see if I'm missing anything. Thick clothing. Control board. I'm missing the magic trick.
Digging a tunnel just for a magic trick?
The opera house. Cracks. Boxes. Crawley. Cracks. Hook. That's the hook. So now we're missing one.
Linny's magic tricks were the stuff of legends.
Go ahead, have a look around. In the
What are we missing? So we went. These identity. Information about the identity. Strange sound during the magic show.
The performance would not have been visible from... Well, there was no third person.
Magic
Digging a
trick.
tunnel just for a magic
Tunnel.
that size wouldn't have been a...
Okay, I need everything I can get. Do the tunnel one more time. Raleigh. The tunnel only has. We have that. These are the clothes. Hazardous stuff. Facts. Oh. But so missing.
Why would it be him? And that's why only the two of them can perform this trick. There was no third digging a tunnel just.
It's in two
That
tunnels.
size wouldn't have been a problem.
I investigate. I'll be right back. I didn't go to the bathroom. I will be coming back. Here, let me pause the game so time. Okay, hold up. Bro, they are cranking the freaking movie they're watching in D-Maxim. Okay, so I don't know how to find all the other evidences, but we are missing, I think, 4 things, 5 things, books. So we're missing 1 from the opera house and 2 from the tunnel.
That size wouldn't have been a problem for Paimon.
Shut up. So how in the world do I investigate something else? We missed something. But what did we miss? Hit trolley. Clothing. Base. Control board. Ladder. Yeah. Not believe whatever she just said. Okay, no, don't believe that. So can I investigate? You said okay. Missing 1 more thing. Was it them in the back? I swear, if it was them in the back. Sure. He's here. Ask her one thing.
My apologies, but accent.
First. What could we have missed? Anybody on these doors behind here?
Linny's magic tricks were the stuff of legends.
Look, doing.
What am I missing, bro? Crap. Wait. I have that?
Why would it be him? There was, and that's why, well, gosh. No wonder the serial disappearances never got solved. Whoever the murderer was,
Oh, never. We got 3 out of 3, but I was talking about that. Okay, let's get it. I think we don't have everything, but it's something. 8 to 10. Get it, 850. Okay.
what do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
Step by step.
Good plan. Impossible things don't.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and besides, I doubt Farina understands any.
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to you.
I think we got this.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
Not according to plan.
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very...
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident.
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution, Lady Farina. Do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Lenny is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell.
That is simply your hypothesis based on...
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while...
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for...
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on!
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard...
Look at those scales. Could those...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are... Tell me, aren't you...
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did...
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage...
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Lenny, why didn't you...
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, first, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both... Are these claims true? Please answer my...
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the center.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary?
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is their...
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? In that case, my dear audience...
I got this.
Well, this is awkward. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Paimon just knew where to... We based our entire reasoning on the not to set the wrong tone or anything.
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't, but our organization is very, very large, and the harp...
Right now, we want to save...
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, that's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide. The truth is very important, but being completely right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster, but still, I'm asking you to trust...
Sorry. Please.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear your...
Of course. I'll answer it. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is... From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached which should have been impossible, of course, I was quite certain that I was the only. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution, and on the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground. But the countdown after that, the hum.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can.
That's the only way we can save.
So, there you have it. The whole It was never my wish to proceed under this, but like I said earlier, you can be the judge.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a...
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, huh? Oh!
Nail-biting trial.
Both parties have returned to their positions. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina...
That took long enough. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
This is cool.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Okay.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the Opera House, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, so Linney proceeded afterward. Linney passed, and there you have it.
Does the defendant's side have any objection?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linney experienced and what he saw. According to Linney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey. Linney went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth. Linney did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! When the countdown started, but he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, the crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And finally, he reached the surface. And
You believe that he knew—
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire— Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on—
Oh, they have a...
That's right, you tell him! And, oh, well, your denial is very strident. Of course I do. If he had been— You're saying that he wasn't?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? That's right! Linny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Linny had already— The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best—
Well, to think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Halsey is the missing person and an— The deceased's name is Cowell.
That can't be—
Oh, is that so?
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. No one entered or left the— It would have been tough for both people. The sound we heard may have come from a The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. The sound we heard may have come from— It would have been tough for both— No one entered or left the The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. No one entered or left— It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. The sound we heard may have— Linny was not in the tunnel at— It would have been tough for both people. No one entered or left the sound we heard may have come from— The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The deceased's name is Cowell. It would have been tough for both— The sound we heard may have— No one entered or left the opera house through its— It would have been tough for both people. It would have been tough for both people to fit. Halsey's clothing— The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was in— The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the— It would have been tough for both. No one entered or left the. Linny was not in the tunnel. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrance. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrance. Linny was not in the tunnel. No one entered or left the opera house. The sound we heard may. It would have been tough for both people to. No one entered or left. Linny was not in the tunnel. No one entered or left. It would have been tough for both. No one entered or left. Linny was not in the tunnel at that. Linny was not in the tunnel. The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was. It would have been tough for both. No one entered or.
Bro.
It would have been tough for both.
That's the clothing.
Halsey's clothing was in the.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble?
I see how it.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick is.
If only we knew how.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just.
Excuse.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He. The vase was not broken by chance.
Paimon gets it! It all comes. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing. If there's a similar.
How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is Most magic tricks are ultimate.
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt.
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial doesn't.
He is he's starting this. I know.
I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs, and the notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontain, It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving...
Could something so ridiculous...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy.
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust...
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded... Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence.
Of course. Thank you. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seeming...
Right! Like the metal hook! Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but... Now it seems like the hook rope was Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was some...
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of them.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think that...
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial...
What?
That can't be. Does this not... My dear citizen... Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now,
as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
Alright.
Am I right? We've used up all the evidence we collected. Is this the end?
Oh no! Seems using the water as new evidence.
I know, let me do it.
I think we've all seen, I believe, this is indeed.
No, it ain't.
Now then, excuse me, everyone, but I'm—
Miss, I must ask you not.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a— I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before— What in the world?
No offense, miss, but miracles like—
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is— But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous— Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show—
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing—
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before I...
That'll teach you to underestimate—
Where should I begin? Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lenny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey! No wonder you look familiar! Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty—
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but he even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't—
This time, we need to tell the entire story. The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's attack. The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up. Lily-Ann was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lily-Ann panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann had not dissolved. He did not know that Lily-Ann was not from Fontain, but was a thief who made ticket! Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea, the two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended. She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have...
So bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina. Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before...
What are you... No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really...
Wow, look at that!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontain, the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontain, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make... As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not...
Great work. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we How did you find the water from the primordial sea?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny. I'm sure you know what you must do to
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a...
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
Water.
And now he can no longer...
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Lenny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want... But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui, I guess. But I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as my... As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the house?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility?
That was how we felt at first, too. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circle.
That doesn't seem too bad either.
It took a while. After one particular performance at a banquet, I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who you're...
Oh no. But wouldn't Fontain...
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person, and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood. And the Knave...
So, she...
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement. Father, I mean, the Knave, might have seen something in me, and so the House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the nobles.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of...
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontain.
So...
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontain can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontain. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans, The only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our home.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets...
It's alright. I understand. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the house, I have never stopped making my own decisions. And if you should need anything at all in the future, feel...
Bye, Linny!
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us now?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving this. Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you and given that there's new evidence...
Ah, I see. Sorry.
Don't say that now.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth. Sorry. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal?
Huh? Do we really need to get that?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important... Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it should...
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm if...
Oh, wonderful. In that case...
Alright then, let's have our...
And that is the Archon quest for this. I don't think that is the only Archon quest here because we got a bunch. Yeah, we're still on Archon quest. We're still there. That is the main one. For F3, let's wish for Lenny. Lenny seems OP as crap. Let's get him, you know. Alright. I can buy a... So close to getting someone. There's... I'll say okay. So, yeah, that was the Archon quest. It is 10:11. I will have to be going to getting off. I hope you enjoyed this first Archon quest. I actually really loved it. Like it's what I hoped for Fontain. It's honestly, this is right here. This right here is more than I ever wanted. This is perfect. But yeah. Alright. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good evening, morning, or night. And I will be streaming this probably tomorrow also. So yeah. See you then. Adios. Bye bye.